Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Ezoic Explains. And today I'm going to be walking us through how to diagnose a drop in organic traffic. So trying to figure out from an SEO standpoint what the problem is and how we can fix it. So first we're going to start inside of Google Analytics, which is probably the best way for us to diagnose exactly where the problem is occurring. So I'm going to go into Audience and Overview here, and then I'm going to pick a date range. Typically, I like to find the date range of right when the traffic started declining, and then also and make that my starting date, and then move to the future. So now the very first thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I'm only looking at organic traffic. So if I'm looking at a drop in traffic, I want to make sure that it is organic in nature. I'm going to go up here and click on Segments at the top. And inside of Segments, I'm going to uncheck all users, and I'm going to scroll down here to a section that will be pre-built in your analytics called organic traffic. And I'm going to select that and apply it. Once you've applied this filter, all you're going to see now in all the different views is just your organic traffic. So you can see here 89% of my users are coming through organic traffic, and I can see it all displayed here. Now, if I want to figure out and diagnose my drop, I'm going to go over here to my date picker, and I'm going to go over to this box that says compare to. And if I'm looking at the time in which my traffic has dropped off, and then I compare it to the previous period, I should be able to see the differences between the two. And as I run this, Google will start to display to me exactly the discrepancies in my traffic. So you can see here, I in fact do have a discrepancy. 32% of my organic traffic is down. And so let's dig into this a little bit more and see if we can't get some answers. So I'm going to scroll down here now, and I'm going to go down to the Behavior tab. And in Behavior, I'm going to start with Site Content, and then I'm going to look at landing pages. So landing pages from a site content perspective, and remember, we're only looking at our organic traffic, this is going to give me an idea of which pages in particular are driving the decline. So in this case, what I'm looking for is perhaps it's just one page that's lost traffic. So I may have just lost a top ranking on one page. Maybe one of my pages that has become de-indexed. Maybe something has happened to it. It's been redirected. It's 404ing. I'm not sure, but you can see here one of my top pages, everything is fine. But then as we go down a little bit more, I can see I'm losing a fair amount of traffic on a number of different ones. So some of them I'm seeing improvements, some of them I'm seeing losses. So what I'm reading from this is it definitely looks like some of my pages have lost some traffic, but not all of them. In fact, some of them have improved. So not a lot of answers here for this site, but for your site, what you're looking for is one page in particular that might be driving it, or a number of different pages that have something in common that maybe could have an issue that you could draw back to maybe a change that you've made or some kind of fix or improvement you've tried to make to your site that could have accidentally caused the problem. Next, I'm going to go into Audience again, and I'm going to look at Geo. So Geo is going to just show me if one particular location is driving the issue. So in this case, I'm looking to find out if maybe one particular country is the reason why I've lost traffic. So I can see here, it's pretty much across the board. I can see down here at the bottom, I've lost 50% of my traffic in the Philippines, I've lost 33% in the United States, and 45% in the UK. So across the board, I've lost traffic. And what you'll look for here is if you have multiple languages, or you potentially have issues with blocks or something like that, security warnings through your site. You just want to be careful that there isn't something in particular that you've changed that's triggering something to cause issues in one particular location. Next, I'm going to go over here to Mobile, and I'm going to click on Overview. And this is going to give me a really good idea of whether or not it's happening on all devices. So I may be having an issue where I've done something to my site to where it's not displaying properly on a mobile phone. Typically, publishers are always looking at their sites on desktop. And in this case, if I've done something to my site that's causing it to, white screen to mobile, a lot of times publishers will try to fix something in their site speed and defer CSS or something along those lines. And on desktop, everything looks great. And on a mobile phone, the website shows is completely white. In this case, across the board, I'm actually seeing larger drops in desktop and tablet than mobile, but pretty equal drop on my organic traffic only, because remember, that's what we're looking at here, and because of this segment, across the board. So in this case, it's not something in particular with the way that my site is displaying on one particular device. And so I don't have a lot on that side. Another thing you can look at is new versus returning. You can see, are these people that are potentially searching for something that they're aware of with your site, or is it just the new people? And we can see here it's actually both. So in this case, it's not people that are necessarily searching for something in particular on your site, or just the people that are just discovering it. It's everybody. And so the last place that we can turn for really good information about exactly what's driving the loss in traffic here is I can go over to acquisition and click on Search Console. And so Search Console is, if you've never set this up before, when you go in here and you click on one of these categories, you're going to get a thing that tells you to link Search Console to your Google Analytics. And if you've already set up Search Console before, this will be very easy to do. And all you'll have to do is link your Search Console with your Google Analytics. And then you'll be able to import all the data inside here. And that should be able to display to you everything that you need to see in terms of data inside of Search Console and GA that you can search. And so the benefit of having Search Console linked is you can see query information. So you can see exactly what keywords are driving the loss. And I actually have to turn off my segment now to see this. So I'm just going to go over here and select all users again inside of my top segments. And it will bring in my data. And you can see here, these are all the keywords. These are the actual things that people have searched and got to my site from. Now I'm going to come back up and I'm going to put my filter back on, and I'm going to see which keywords are actually driving the loss. What search terms am I really losing the most on? So you can see some of my largest ones here are actually doing fine. This I'm a Little Teapot, I've lost 20% on that one. This is a kids music lyrics site, by the way. And then Miss Mary Mac, 40% loss. So what I'm learning here is that it's actually just a number of different keywords that I have that seem to be driving the loss. And so what I should do now is go in and see the associated pages, which Search Console, landing pages. I can go in now and I can look at those specific landing pages that have lost the traffic. So here is Lyrics H012, that's my Little Teapot page. So now I can go into this page and I can see if there's something that I can do to augment it. I may want to take that exact query out of Search Console, Google it myself, and after I Google it myself, I may learn a little bit about why I've lost in that category. And so in this case, I find that knowledge graph inside of Google is actually showing the lyrics now, so that could be part of the problem. Google is actually sharing the lyrics right inside of the search page now, as opposed to people coming to my website. So that actually provides me a little bit of an answer as to why I might have lost some organic traffic here. Hopefully all of these tips together have given you some good ideas of how you can explore your site and understand why you may have lost some traffic, specifically organic web traffic from Google. From an SEO standpoint, if you can pinpoint exactly where you've lost the traffic, it becomes really easy to start to work your way backwards towards what you can try to fix or try to improve to gain that traffic back. I'm Tyler Bishop, and this has been Ezoic Explains.